If there's one thing we can always count on is that people love to gamble, everything from slots, blackjack, casino, and of course, crypto. And so that's why today we're going to dive into gamblefi or gamble finance projects. We're going to be doing a deep dive into a project called Rollbit, which is a crypto casino and I think is going to be a massive opportunity for the upcoming bull run. We're also going to take a look at WINR Protocol, a decentralized crypto casino, and talk about the differences between something like Rollbit and WINR. WINR is a much smaller market cap project, but things are finally getting interesting and it's getting its moment in the spotlight. What's up YouTube, welcome back. We're taking a look at my simple 6-step plans to making gains that I posted about 3 weeks ago. And you'll notice quite a few names on here that had gone parabolic ever since. Talking about Rollbit, DMT, Unibot, and a few more. But of course today we are focusing on gamblefi and the Rollbit project. I also want to hear from you, so be sure to drop a comment below about a project that you're excited about and something that I should be researching. Of course, all the timestamps are below. Be sure to drop me a follow on Twitter, join the free Discord, and be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. It helps the algorithm tremendously. But let's get into today's video. So here's the homepage of Rollbit. It is a crypto casino and has a ton of different games. But first, I want to give a little bit of context and just take a quick peek at this price action. To give some background here, Rollbit actually originally launched on Solana, but we know nowadays that all these alt layer ones are basically graveyards. We can see that the TVL has dropped dramatically, 40, 50, 80%, and the users are basically non-existent. So back on June 28th, they actually made this migration, you can see here, from Solana to the Ethereum network. And since its launch on June 28th, we can see this project has been up only, right? This is the daily chart we're looking at. And from the 28th to now, we're looking at about a 560% gain. Of course, I pinned my tweet here on the chart, and if you would have been interested in the project or bought it around this time, you'd be looking at an easy 100% gain. Rollbit is the ultimate crypto casino and really has everything you could imagine, right? All the live sporting events, all the different casino games like blackjack and slots. But what it has even people more excited is this right here, 1000x futures, bringing this to like a whole new level of degeneracy. And if you give people the ability to bet on 1000x leverage, they're going to take that bet because, like I said in the beginning, the one thing that we can count on is that people love to gamble. And even though people are going absolutely insane for this 1000x futures, of course, if you come over here to the casino section, you can see they have a ton of traditional games, everything from XFlip, roulette. You can scroll down. They even have all these different live casinos and game shows that you can jump into. And of course, they also have all your different sports that you could want, right? Soccer, baseball, basketball, even League of Legends. And of course, they have the upcoming games tomorrow at both 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. so you could get your bets ready. Rollbit right now is pushing through an insane amount of volume. Over the last 24 hours has pumped over $60 million through the Rollbit platform. And just to give you some perspective, Rollbit's volume would put it among the top 10 crypto exchanges, right? About half the volume of something like a Bitfinex or double the volume lately of something like a Gemini. So now we know that people are pushing a ton of money through this platform. The only question really is, well, how much are they making from this? And through this dashboard, we can see that the casino is making about $1 million a day in revenue, right? Trading is about $500,000, while sports betting comes a little bit around $250,000. And this is all based on a 24-hour period. So thanks to DCF Pascal for creating this Dune dashboard. This is another set of stats that we can look into and kind of get a gauge to how the Rollbit platform is performing here. Starting off here with the Rollbit wallets, we can actually see the current balance in each of these wallets, right? So their ETH has about 6.8 million. Their Solana about 4.7 million, and of course their Bitcoin has almost $42 million. We can also get an idea for how many people are depositing and withdrawing to those addresses by kind of looking at these charts here, which is the weekly net deposits. And of course, we can take a look at those historical balances, right? For the most part, Ethereum is overall trending up, right? Solana's at an all-time high. And of course, here we have Bitcoin. Looks like we've gone ahead and had some kind of rises and falls, but still looking pretty good. One of the things, of course, we have to talk about today, and it was really the reason why I wanted to make this video, was that Rollbit announced revamping their tokenomics, which caused this massive buying pressure. Here we have Lucky, who is a co-founder of Rollbit, laying out the changes that they're going to be making to their tokenomics and really kind of adopting this buyback and burn model with the revenue from the platform. We can see here from today onwards, they're going to take 10% of all casino, 20% of sportsbook, and 30% of 1000x future, and will be used to buy back and burn Rollbit on a daily basis. And we just took a look at the revenue that this platform is doing. So we're looking at around a $1.7 million daily buyback and burn on the Rollbit token. We also have Razor here commenting, who is another co-founder of Rollbit. So again, they added that revenue dashboard in the most recent update. You can also see some other fun things like the Rollbit lottery is now free to play. Additionally, the lottery pool is updated hourly, which is pretty cool. If we take a look here at the tokenomics, you can see here they have this deflationary supply schedule, right, where it starts at 5 billion, which is where we are today essentially. And of course, over the next 5 years, you can see it trends towards zero. The last thing I want to take a look at for Rollbit is actually thinking USC's thesis on how he compares the Rollbit platform to Uniswap. It starts off with Uniswap is currently valued around 4.5 billion and it hit an all-time high of around 20 billion. In year to date, it's generated around $350 million in fees for LPs, which can be counted as revenue. He goes on to discuss Rollbit's latest revenue numbers that we had walked through, right? 900K for the casino, 400K for futures, and about 360K from sportsbook from when he had wrote this thread. And Rollbit is rolling in money, I mean literally, and something we didn't talk about before, but how some of that revenue gets distributed back to Rollbit stakers. So out of that calculation, right, about $270,000 worth, which if you take a look at the forecast and you compare and make some estimates based on a 12-month span, we can actually assume that Rollbit and Uniswap revenue is almost identical here at around 600 million a year. And if that's how the market's going to evaluate Uniswap based on the fees generated in TVL, then it's not insane to think that Rollbit could pull another 9x from here and go ahead and meet up with Uniswap in terms of valuation. Now, of course, there's a lot of big if and assumptions here. This is mainly for fun, but I don't think it's insane to think that Rollbit could be a multi-billion-dollar platform come the bull run. Next, we're going to take a look at WINR Protocol, which I think is really exciting because it provides the decentralized on-chain infrastructure for these casino projects to build on top of. One of the biggest problems with Rollbit is that it's not actually decentralized, so it's not transparent, and we can't actually verify a lot of the insights that are on the dashboard in terms of volume and revenue. We kind of just have to take Rollbit's word for it. And WINR Protocol wants to change all that. It wants to be a true decentralized crypto casino where everything is, of course, publicly available and can be verified by anyone at any time. This project had launched quite a few months ago, back in April, and at the time really only had one application built on top of it called JustBet, and even they had a limited amount of games. But something that's got people really excited is that we're finally seeing more projects built on top of it. Here we have Sportsbet as well as DGen bets. And you can see here it's fairly small still. We can see we're still really early. Only 1,000 people are using this platform, right? It's gone ahead and done about $59 million in total betting volume. Of course, we saw Rollbit is doing $59 million in a single day. So that just gives you an idea of how early we are to something like this project. This project did originally launch through the Camelot pre-sale. So everything for WINR Protocol is on the arbitrum ecosystem. And you can see here it launched back in March, right? Had that initial pump up and really has been down only for the past few months. But you can see, of course, we're looking at the daily candles, right? People have been straight up for really the past week. And it's because people are excited that finally new apps are coming to be built on this platform. And they think that's a big catalyst that could send this much higher. So we are looking at a coin at only a 5.1 million market cap, but it does have 3.6 million in liquidity, which is always nice to see with some of these smaller cap coins. But at a 5 million market cap, this is only 1% of Rollbit's market cap. So is it insane to think that with the right applications being built on top, could this actually be 10% of Rollbit's market cap, 15%, which would obviously translate to significant upside from here. So WINR actually has a pretty cool system. And if you're familiar with GMX's GLP, it works very similar to that. They have this concept of the WLP. And if you provide liquidity to the WLP, you're essentially being the house or the counterparty for people that are coming to use the casino, right? And you can see here right now, if you, let's say you put in something like $1,000, that would be about 74% would be in stable coins. You can see here 20% of that would be in ETH, and about 5% would be in Bitcoin. So this is predominantly a stablecoin pool. And what the nice part about that is that by depositing funds into WLP and something that acts pretty stable, you're actually going to earn about 135% APR, which is really nice if you're looking to build a position really without buying the token directly. This is a great opportunity to farm a position. And of course, with those tokens that you earn, they also have staking. So of course, you can go ahead and stake your WINR tokens. And you can see here the current APR is about 67%. You're going to get about 33% of that in WINR tokens, 67% of that in about VWinr, which means you have to vest those tokens for additional time. So DGen Bets is going to be a lot like Rollbit, and if you look at this dashboard, they even have a lot of graphical similarities. And of course, people are excited for whatever reason to bet 1000x leverage, and you can see here they're going to allow people at a minimum of 200x leverage up to that 1000x. And of course, they share a couple different pieces of information as they gear up for their launch, where they mention that players can open up to a 400k worth of long or short positions without spreads or opening fees, which is massive, and that the position size, of course, they'll allow them to increase as they accrue more assets under management. And of course, they're also going through some ways that they plan on mitigating risk, such as this concept of this kind of forced profit mechanism. But this really only gets triggered if your potential profit is going to exceed 1% of that WLP size, which would be a massive position and a massive win for anyone, even being capped at 1%. That wraps it up, but I hope that I've convinced you to be bullish on gamblefi, because I think it's going to be a massive opportunity in the upcoming bull run. So let me know your thoughts on Rollbit and Winr Protocol below. But again, be sure to come join the completely free community Discord. Drop me a follow on Twitter if you have any questions. Just slide in my DMs. But see you in the next one. Cheers. Happy farming.